Episode 30.
Yes, sir.
What it do?
The Full Court Report. We're back. Me, Jorie, Justin, and Tobe. How you fellas doing?
I'm having a great day. Having a great Sunday.
I concur. A great day today.
And it's going to only be greater as tonight we have game 3 of the NBA Finals. There's a lot of sports going on, though, I have to say. A lot of big sporting events.
Yes, this weekend is jam-packed.
I just watched the UEFA European Championship between Italy and England. England sold in PKs.
Big choke.
Yesterday, I think the Copa America Championship between Brazil and Argentina happened. I think Messi's first international championship. Obviously, there was the Conor McGregor fight. Yeah, Tobe, how do you feel about that one? You're the UFC fan.
Well, I'm a big McGregor fan. So seeing just how it played out was really one of the worst outcomes you could have seen, because I will say Conor was probably losing up to that point, but who knows what could have happened. Anything can happen in the MMA. So come second round, it could have been a whole different story. But obviously, it's just going to be seen as an L. But hopefully he can come back. If not, he might be done. So.
No, that guy McGregor's been going out sad his last couple fights. I think he might have to just call it a career.
I think so. But he was still the number one pick of 2020, so he's because of his proper 12.
Fat dubs.
Gotta respect it.
There was Wimbledon also happened. Djokovic won Wimbledon for the men's side, and I think it was Ash Barty who won for the women's side. So shout out. There's a lot of champions this weekend. I mean, I got to say, a lot of going on, a lot of championship rounds, but none more important, in our opinion at least, than this NBA Finals between the Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks. We have a lot to say about this series, so let's just get right into it. This past Thursday, the Suns took a 2-0 advantage in the NBA Finals, defeating the Bucks 118-108. In that game, too, Devin Booker totaled 31 points, which is his 30-point game this postseason. 5 rebounds and 6 assists. And Mikal Bridges had a very uncharacteristic performance, scoring a playoff career high 27 points on 8 for 15 shooting. But Chris Paul, CP3, the point god, whatever you want to call him, he is averaging 27.5 points, 4 rebounds, and 8.5 assists with shooting splits of 56, 58, and 80 in the NBA Finals. So my first question, I guess, is CP3 the favorite to win Finals MVP at the moment? If the Suns win it all, of course.
I'm gonna have to say yes. I think CP3 is the favorite to win the MVP. If they win, obviously, he's just the most impactful player on his team, I feel like, and we all know that he's the leader of the Suns, which, in my opinion, goes, for some consideration for MVP. But on top of that, just statistically, like you just alluded to, he's shooting so efficiently, being his age and his size. It's something that honestly I don't know if we've seen before. And assists too, I don't know, I've been hating on him for a few years now, but there's nothing really to say. I mean, he's got some of the best defenders in the NBA on him every possession. He's a mid-range assassin. As much as people like to say that the mid-range game is dead, him and Devin Booker are proving it wrong. And I think right now he's the MVP. But I will say, I don't think it's over for the Bucks. So don't write them off yet.
Now, see, you just said you've been hating on CP3 for the past couple of years, and I'm gonna keep it going, Toby, because I think it's too early to tell. I think it's too early to give it to CP3 because that man Devin Booker, he's doing his own thing. He's averaging 29, 6 assists, 3.5 rebounds, shooting 43.5 from the field, 40% from three, and hasn't yet to miss from the free throw line. However, the NBA, whoever controls who gets the Finals MVP, will probably still give it to CP3 because of his whole finally making the finals thing. Probably just, you know what? Here, take
That's
this
a great
trophy.
point.
But if honestly, if one of them has a huge game in Milwaukee or hits like a game winner or something like that, that might give that person the edge, because I think between the two of them, CP3 might be a little bit higher than Devin Booker, but I think right now it's a pretty close race. And honestly, I don't know. I think after taking the 2-0 lead, I think I might have to flip-flop. I think the Suns might have this one, as much as I hate to say it.
I don't know. We're gonna get to it later, but
Toby knows better than anyone that the Bucks are more than capable of coming back from a 2-0 deficit in the playoffs.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
But, I mean, I'll read some statistics. Some are cherry picked, I think, to make Chris Paul look better, but they also, speak to how good he's been in the finals thus far. In game one, he was only the second player in NBA history to total at least 30 points and 9 assists in their finals debut. The only other player that did that was Michael Jordan in 1991. He became the third player ever to score 30 points in an NBA Finals game that's aged 36 years or older. Kareem did that 6 times, and Tim Duncan did it once. And he also scored 73 points in games 1 and 2 combined, which is the most points he's ever scored in a 2-game span in his career, regular season or playoffs. I mean, that I think is the craziest statistic in my opinion. The fact that that's the most he's ever scored in a 2-game span. But
Yeah,
I don't even know what to say. I feel like it has to be Chris Paul's award. Like, they're gonna point to Devin Booker's point totals. He might average, like you said, Justin, like 29 points a game. They might look at DeAndre Ayton and see how he's been super efficient, getting double-doubles every game and playing really good defense. But I feel like everything within Phoenix right now is just starts and ends with Chris Paul. Whether him being just like snaking around ball screens and hitting mid-range jumpers, draining heavily contested threes, running the pick and roll to perfection. Whatever it is, it's always Chris Paul. It seems like he has a hand in like how the Phoenix is running their offense. In game 1, he scored or assisted on 54 of the Suns' 118 points, which is the third most ever in a finals debut, which is only behind Allen Iverson and Michael Jordan. I mean, it's just like he's just done everything for the Suns, really. And it's hard to even say, would they even be here without him? But I think it's funny. I think the funniest part about this entire finals MVP race is all season long, people were saying, is Chris Paul the MVP of the regular season? It looks like he's probably going to take home the more, well, it depends on how you look at it, but maybe the more valuable award at the end of the day. He might end the season as the finals MVP. So who knows?
Keyword might.
But yeah, I mean, it's really crazy. I do have to give some shout outs though to DeAndre Ayton. He's been insane.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy. He was the fourth player in NBA Finals history ever to score 20 points, have 15 rebounds, and shoot 80% from the field. First of all, that hasn't happened since 1972, and it's Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem, and Bill Russell are the only other players that have ever done that in the finals. Three of probably the most dominant centers of all time. And, back in the 70s, when everyone loves to say that was, a bunch of like plumbers playing next to Wilt Chamberlain or something. So I don't know. That statistic was pretty insane. But then again, I feel like Chris Paul's got to be the favorite right now.
That might be true.
And Justin, you made a great point with when you said, I don't want to call him like sympathy votes, but like everyone's going to be riding that guy, Chris Paul, because they're like, he's been in the league for so long. Like this is his first time. And he's already 36 or he's like 36, right?
Yeah, 36.
Oh yeah. So like, I think a lot of it, if him and Booker had very almost the exact same stats, I just think he would be just a tad bit higher just because of that little push.
Probably.
Yeah, you're probably right. And I mean, speaking of Booker, Justin, I know I was I mean, you say I was hating on him. I don't think I was at all, saying that he's not necessarily comparable to Kobe Bryant. I mean, that game 2 performance though by Booker was insane. I mean, it felt like he just was getting anything he wanted at any moment in time.
I mean, mid-range wise, I can definitely see the similarities. He definitely is not as athletic. But
the thing is, I mean, just the thing with that whole, I just don't like how any players really get compared to legends like that, because it's like there's so many players in the league right now that have shades of Kobe's game, but no one is ever going to be Kobe. Because think about it, you're saying people compared Kobe to Jordan. So in a sense, are you really saying that Devin Booker is Michael Jordan? Because everyone says Kobe is the closest thing to Jordan.
Levels.
But that's what I'm saying. There's levels. There's levels to this. And I'm not saying Devin Booker is at all bad. I'm just saying he's not Kobe.
He's like baby Kobe.
But there's just a lot of players that are kind of like baby Kobe's.
True. I've heard a lot of Kobe comparisons with Chris Middleton in the past. So
Chris Middleton, Jason Tatum, I think has some Kobe in his game.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's
really
plenty of
any guard or forward that has a post game or a mid range is Kobe.
Yeah, I guess so, for the most part.
Well, the Suns, it's not all good news for the Suns. They are up 2-0, but they did lose Dario Saric to a torn ACL in Game 1 and Torrey Craig to a knee contusion in Game 2. I still don't know the, availability of Torrey Craig. Obviously, Dario Saric is going to miss the rest of the series. But those are two kind of, key rotational pieces for the Suns. Do you think, they've been healthy. The Suns have probably been the healthiest team in this year's playoffs thus far. But do you guys expect this to be that much, how do you expect this to impact the Suns moving forward? Do you think it's going to be a big deal? Do you think it's just going to be they'll get by without them? What do you guys think?
I think very small impact. Dario's production can easily be matched by Frank the Tank, Frank Kaminsky. He wasn't really doing much to begin with. Just space the floor, be a shooter out there. But with Torrey Craig out, this is an opportunity for your boy Toby, for your boy Cam Johnson, because he's been shooting pretty well. He's only taken 10 shots from the field. He's shooting 5 for 10, 8 from the 3, 4 for 8 from 3. But he's averaging 19 and a half minutes. And I think, with Torrey Craig out, this might be his opportunity to get a couple more minutes. They got Mikal Bridges and Jay Crowder on that, the 3-4 spot on the floor. But, we know what they're about. Cam Johnson has a chance to prove himself a little bit.
Okay. I think I disagree with you though. I like the players that you just named. Like I think they're gonna be solid for the Suns, but it comes down to like the Bucks. Like they're not rattled by being down 2-0. Like this is actually kind of what we expected. I feel like we're not really gonna expect the Bucks to go out and take games 1 or 2 away. So I feel like since those two have gone down, it's like a sort of like a glimmer of hope or maybe a turning point for the Bucks. Although they might not be the most impactful players, it's, gives the Bucks a little more something to like, hold on to. And I talked about this in a couple past episodes, but Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, who I'll get to later, they play much better home than they do away. So I expect those two to bounce back when they're in Milwaukee, obviously. Games 3 and 4, it's gonna be interesting. I think I got the Bucks for those games, but yeah, so we'll see.
Well, I think I just looked it up. I'm pretty sure Torrey Craig is probably going to be able to play in Game 3, so that's a good sign for him. Don't know if he's going to be 100% or not. Probably will be, though. We'll see. But the only thing that is concerning is the Suns don't have a lot of depth like in their front court behind DeAndre Ayton. And DeAndre Ayton in Game 2, he played 42 minutes and only scored 10 points and shot 4 of 10 from the field. And like he is obviously proven to be a very good two-way center for them, but it's questionable if he can play 40 minutes every single game for the rest of the series and have to battle against Giannis, who's only going to get healthier as the series goes on, in my opinion. And Brook Lopez, who is probably going to elevate his game at home now. Like, it's just, if he ever gets in foul trouble or, just a fatigue factor, that's going to be an interesting thing now that they lost Saric. But, I mean, for the most part, I feel like they'll be able to withstand those injuries. I feel like there's really not much else to say. I think if it was someone like Mikal Bridges or Jay Crowder or someone like that on that, level of role players, it'd be a different conversation. But I feel like the Suns, they're going to get by without these two, or without Sarge, at least, in my opinion.
They don't call Frank the Tank for nothing. That guy's going to be able to tank some
that guy's
Giannis down low. He's going to be he knows what he's doing.
That guy's not doing nothing. Giannis is going to abuse that guy.
No, okay. On all seriousness, though, Frank Kaminsky came in with one of the sweetest draft coats ever.
Oh, was that the one where he had the tank embroidered in his
sir.
I think I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
It's all right. Well, Toby, you mentioned Giannis, and I feel like, we can now kind of transition to the Bucks side of things. In Game 2, Giannis set a franchise finals record, scoring 42 points on 15 of 22 shooting to go along with 12 rebounds and 4 assists. But despite that fact, they still lost, obviously, and they're down 0-2. I feel like, who do you guys blame for the Bucks struggles right now? Because I don't know if it, you guys just answer that. Who do you guys think who could you put the blame on right now?
Well, I have 2 people who have been playing just not good at all. It's terrible. And you know what? I'll start it off by saying this. The Bucks are shooting terrible from the free throw line. The Bucks are in games 1 and 2. They're shooting 24 for 39 from the free throw line, and that's 61.5%. The Suns, on the other hand, are shooting 37 for 40 from the free throw line, and that's 92.5%. So, like, the Suns they've missed 3 free throws this whole series so far. So, like, I don't know what the Bucks got to do, but they got to get to the line. Second of all, Drew Holiday. He's playing like a scrub. He's playing like trash. He's playing like Eric Bledsoe.
Ooh.
He went from averaging 22 points per game on 46% shooting from the field, 37 from 3 in the now he's putting up 13.5 per game on 31.4 and shooting 14.3 from 3-point land. And lastly, to wrap it all up, Chris Middleton, he's not playing terrible. But he has the lowest plus minus on the team with a minus 13. He struggles from what I've seen. He's been struggling a lot in the first half, but then he starts to pick it up in the second half and he'll end with, like 20, 25 points. So it's not terrible, but he isn't, he's just not fluid in the first half. He looks like he's out there struggling to find his own shot.
Yeah, I agree with you. And like I said before, there was 2 specific players that I wanted to talk about later. And those 2 were obviously Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday. And defensively, Drew Holiday has his moments, or has been, having his moments this series. Hasn't done a great job with Chris Paul and Devin Booker. Obviously, they're going to get buckets. But offensively, as you said, Justin, those 2 need to do better. And like I've been saying, Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, they're not the best road performers. Like, especially in the first couple of games of the series, and this has been, going on with the Bucks this entire playoffs, is they're going to take a couple games to, figure out how to defend the other team, what kind of strategies work best. And so I think that those 2 are going to play better once they go back to Milwaukee, just because, once they're playing at home, they're probably more comfortable. Percentage-wise, they're way better, and they just score a lot more. So I feel like Giannis is going to obviously be Giannis. If those 2 can step up in games 3 and 4, then those games are theirs for the taking. And then if they can implement what they've been doing in games, or what they can do in games 3 and 4, they can steal a road game and possibly win it also. I don't think this series is over yet. Some people might be already counting out the Bucks, but I feel like Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton definitely have to step up offensively, and they could get the job done.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the obvious answer. It's just Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton. Holiday, he played pretty poorly in game 1, and then kind of turned it around in game 2 a little bit because he was making some nice defensive plays. And then, but I feel like the Chris Middleton meme you sent, Justin, the cycle of him where he plays bad, he gets criticized, plays better, and then becomes the second coming Michael Jordan, and then plays poorly again. That's essentially the cycle with Chris Middleton. So maybe game 3 he'll play better. I think that's the point we're at right now. But after watching like this entire postseason for the Bucks, it just makes me wonder, like, and I feel like you guys can chime in on this question. If you have a team like the Bucks, or just a player like Giannis, who's like an MVP candidate, would you rather have players like Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, guys who are somewhat inconsistent, but when they're on, they're basically all-star level players? Or would you rather have just a collection of like the best possible role players you can have around a superstar who are going to deliver, the same production every night, but maybe not at an all-star level. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of ridiculous how Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday are just constantly, like, every series it feels like they have like 2 or 3 just terrible games. And it's like, how does this continue to happen?
Well, I would say that you need players like Middleton and Holiday, because even though I was saying Chris Middleton can't be the second guy, you need a second guy. Like, you can't just have the guy and then role players that are going to show up every night and do what they have to. But that might not always cut it, because one guy averaging, 25 a game and then everybody else only averaging 10, that might not get you the dub. You might need 2 guys averaging 25 a game. So I would have a player like Chris Middleton, but maybe not Chris Middleton.
I think I agree with that, because I feel like nowadays in the NBA, it's always going to be a few teams with like 2 or 3 all-stars / superstars that are going to be contending for the finals. And usually when you get a team with like really good role players, like trying to think of an example, like the Raptors, maybe when they had Kawhi, like
the Suns right now.
Yeah, the Suns. But I feel like this season isn't gonna like this is a weird season. Like, this is not a normal season, I feel like. So it's hard to count on a bunch of really good role players when you're competing against, like, next year the Brooklyn Nets with all those superstars, and like, the Sixers with those 2. And like Justin said, I think you definitely need a second guy there. But if Middleton's the guy, I guess we'll be soon to find out.
Yeah.
Like, what that makes me think of? This makes me think of like the situation in Portland with Dame and CJ. Like, if they traded CJ for, I don't know, just like average, just average guys, I don't think the Blazers they'd be worse. They'd be worse off without CJ, because if one of the 2, Dame or CJ, is off, the other one is always going to come in and carry the load.
I think it's a little different with Giannis, though, because Giannis isn't like a perimeter kind of guy.
Yeah.
So he's going to need like a shooter.
Yeah, it's just tough. I mean, I expect Middleton to play a lot better over these next 2 games. But, I mean, you kind of alluded to this a few times, Toby. Games 3 is tonight in about an hour. It's 7:00 right now on Sunday. So, do you guys think the Bucks take the dub tonight? Or, I mean, I feel like they have to.
I think they do. They take it. They're taking a dub tonight, and I'm thinking. I'm gonna say it. It's gonna be in convincing fashion too. It's not gonna be.
You know who would agree with you?
Ooh, okay.
You know who would agree with you, Toby?
Who's that?
Jorie's boy, Will Barton. I saw a video on Instagram. Him and some other guy. Him and some other player were out doing some kind of thing, and some lady came up and asked them, and they were like, "What do you think's happening with Game 3?" And Will Barton was like, I think Bucks coming back home. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a blowout win in Game 3, and I agree with both of them, Will Barton and Toby.
I think so. I think the Suns are going to find it a lot harder to score. I just feel like the Bucks are going to be a lot more locked in.
And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, last episode I did say the Suns win Game 1 and 2, Bucks come back, win Game 3 and 4.
Oh my goodness. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I think the Bucks will probably win Game 3. It's tough to pick against them. I can't see the Suns going up 3-0 in this series. It's just, I don't think Giannis is going to let that happen. But I will say the Suns, like in games 1 and 2, like it feels like every time the Bucks had some kind of momentum, it looked like they were going to come back. the Suns just hit some ridiculous 3-pointer or got an and one or something to just destroy their momentum every single time. I wonder if that's going to happen now that they're on the road. I don't know. I feel like the crowd certainly helps with that, but like, I don't know. That's the Suns they just never feel like they're, rattled. It just feels like they're always just in a good spot for whatever reason. Maybe it's just Chris Paul and the effect of Chris Paul, but I don't know. It just never feels like they're flustered.
I want to make a point about Chris Paul and Devin Booker. I read on something, probably Instagram, that the first day that Chris Paul came to practice, their first practice, Devin Booker said they were like the closest thing that you can get to throwing hands. He was like, if you could throw hands without actually throwing a punch, that's what they were at. And, there's been people, NBA players, who have said, good and bad about Chris Paul. There's been players who say he's a terrible teammate. And then obviously there's been other players who say he's a great leader and all that. I think, with all the Kobe comparisons to Devin Booker and then playing with Chris Paul, I think Devin Booker is going to turn out to be a phenomenal leader. He's going to be that guy you want going into the playoffs. Like, he's that guy who will go to war with you and like he'll put it all on the table.
I agree with that.
The thing with, like, you said a great teammate, and I feel like teammate and being a leader are just two completely different things. Because I remember, I don't know if you guys watched the Last Dance documentary about Michael Jordan. I mean, they were saying like he was one of the best leaders like you could possibly have, but not necessarily a good teammate. Like, no, not a lot of people liked him. Like, nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, they thought he was insane. And you could probably say the same thing about Chris Paul. Like, I mean, I would imagine like a 35-year-old comes into practice with a bunch of like 22, 23-year-olds. Like, he's probably expecting like the most out of all of these young people who haven't even sniffed the playoffs in their entire NBA careers. I don't know. Like, I can see that, but you're probably right. I think I wonder how this is going to rub off on Devin Booker whenever Chris Paul, either leaves or retires. I think it'll be a very good thing. I mean, DeAndre Ayton even said that Chris Paul joining the Suns was the best thing that's ever happened to his career. So you can imagine what kind of a lasting impact that, he'll have on this team once he decides to hang it up. So it's exciting. It's exciting.
If they win it all, you think he should retire? Just retire on top?
Nah, I feel like he'll probably play at least a few more seasons.
Well, what's his contract looking like? Is he gonna be on the Suns next year?
I think he's like one more year left. I think he's like a player option or something. So he can like decide to opt out and, leave or just re-sign with the Suns. So I think it's just completely in his hands.
Yeah, I would probably re-sign.
Yeah, honestly. I want to stay. Why not? It's like a match made in heaven. But I guess that's really all the NBA Finals talk we have. This next segment, I'm pretty excited for. But we mentioned at the top of the show that there's a bunch of other sports going on. The Olympics are about to start in about 2 weeks. And yesterday, on Saturday, the 2021 U.S. Olympic basketball team played their first exhibition game against Nigeria, and they were upset in one of the most historic upsets, honestly, ever in international play. They lost 90-87. Before that loss, Team USA was 54-2 in exhibition games since 1992. And 9 years ago, they beat Nigeria by 83 points. So the fact that it's pretty crazy, the turnaround that Nigeria's national team has had. This segment, I figured, with again the Olympics.
Can I put in two little notes about the Nigeria game?
All right, yeah, go ahead.
First of all, back when USA won by 83 points, I just wanted to throw in a little fun fact here. Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, geez, of course.
Carmelo Anthony in 7 minutes put up 35 points, 11 3-pointers, 11 for 11 from 3 in 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
In 7 minutes.
What the hell?
And then also, the one reason that Team USA lost to Nigeria this time around is because they wanted to let old ass Kevin Love on the team instead of Julius Randle.
Well,
I don't think so.
I feel like the USA team, they like value, seniority and experience.
Oh, yeah, I know they do, but I was just being a crazy Knicks fan.
So he'll get his shot eventually. I feel like you see that every year though, where it's like, why is this guy on the roster?
Yeah.
But yeah, our segment with the Olympics set to begin in 2 weeks, I figured it'd be fun to first compile a list of all the best Team USA players of all time, and then draft our own teams. And since 1992 was the first year FIBA allowed USA basketball to field their team with NBA players, I didn't go further back in time. So basically everyone from 1992 on is who I kind of listed here. There's 40 players, so we can do 12-man rosters because there's 3 of us, so that'd be 36. Or you can just do starting 5s. That's up to you guys. I don't know. So what do you guys want to do?
Let's do the whole 12.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Well, I said that we were going to do a random number generator to determine who goes first. So, Justin, pick a number between 1 and 3.
1 and 3?
Yeah.
1.
Toby, you pick a number between 1 and 3. That's not 1.
2. Split the difference.
All right. Here we go.
Let's go, baby.
All right, Toby, you're second.
Okay, whatever.
And I'll go
All
third.
right.
But I guess we'll do serpentine style.
Okay, so
Justin goes first, then me, or then Toby, then myself, but I'll go twice, and then I'll go Tobe, Justin.
All right, so before we start, is this based off of like their U.S. statistics, or is this based off of how good we think the player is?
Yeah, that's up for you to decide. Like, I figured, obviously their U.S. statistics are going to be a little bit skewed, obviously, because they're playing next to a bunch of superstars. But 2012 LeBron James is 2012 LeBron James, So it's like, so it's up to you. It's really whatever you guys think.
I was just going off the assumption that it was the best version of every player in their prime. We were just
pretty much.
So I was
let's get it.
All right.
All
Justin,
right. Well,
you have the first pick.
If I'm going to go first, obviously I got to pick my GOAT, LeBron James.
Wow. I figured you were going to go Melo. I should mark this down first.
I'm writing my team down.
All right. I'll write everyone's team down. But
bet
Toby, you can go now. So you pick LeBron.
All right. Well, this is an easy choice because this is the real GOAT, and I'm choosing Michael Jordan.
All right.
MJ 23.
That's fair. MJ, he averaged 16 points per game and won 2 gold medals, 2 Olympics I think he played one when he was in college before he entered the NBA, and then another in his dream team. Well, this is tough. There's so many good players. Where to start, man? Well, I have back-to-back picks now since we're doing serpentine style.
Ooh.
I feel like I got to go KD. I feel like KD is the move.
I mean, don't go with KD. I don't know what you're thinking.
One of the best scorers ever. One of the best Olympic scorers ever, period. So I feel like that's a solid pick. And if I'm going to, I mean, this is a hard name to pass up, but Kobe.
Dang.
Oh,
Kobe
man.
Bryant.
KD and Kobe? That's tough.
All right, Tobe.
All right. Shoot. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to go with, oh, shoot.
It's not easy.
It's not, no. Okay. You know what?
What are you thinking?
I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna choose.
Oh my god, this is.
I'm gonna choose Magic Johnson.
Okay, it was MJ's.
It was between him and Larry Bird, but I just feel like the play style wise, he'll fit better with Jordan.
So Toby's going old school. Justin, you have 2 picks.
Well, doesn't. Oh wait, yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with Shaq and Carmelo Anthony.
Shaq and Melo. Interesting. That is pretty physically imposing team you're building right here.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron, Shaq, and Melo. Well, Toby, you're up again.
I guess I got to choose him. I'm going Larry Legend, Larry Bird.
Again, Toby is going old school.
How can I pass up Larry Bird?
No, I respect it.
You know, that's actually crazy. Toby's got the OG Big 3.
Yes, sir.
All right. I think it was also in the Last Dance documentary, and then MJ was talking about I don't know if it was MJ specifically talking about the Dream Team, but how the scrimmages were like the most intense games that he's ever been a part of. Between, they would have MJ pick a team and Magic pick a team, and they would just play against one another. I can't even imagine how insane those games must have been. But now myself back on the board with two picks. I feel like I need some size. So I think I'm going to go. This is tough.
Come on.
I think I'm going to go. Charles Barkley. I'm going to go Barkley.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to go Barkley. And I kind of want to pick whoever Toby's thinking just to piss him off. But I can't. I don't know. This is tough, man.
Oh man.
I think I'm gonna go KG.
Okay.
KG.
Okay.
All right, Toby, you're up again.
Okay. Okay, I'm going with the legend himself, Tim Duncan.
Damn, the big fundamental.
My team is
I was looking at Tim.
solid.
I was looking at Tim Duncan. I was considering him. He was definitely in consideration.
You bastard guy.
All right, Justin, you get to round out your starting 5, or your top 5 picks, I guess.
All right. I'm gonna take. You know what? I'm gonna have a nice big front court, a nice gigantic front court. I am gonna take David Robinson.
What?
David Robinson.
Wow. Okay. All right.
And for the shooting guard spot,
Chris Bosh.
Right. I was gonna take D Wade because of like the LeBron D Wade Melo little
banana boat.
But that would leave us with very little shooters. Carmelo was really the best shooter, so I'm gonna take Vince Carter.
VC. Toby probably wanted him. Nets legend.
It's okay. I got a couple options to choose from depending on what kind of team I'm looking to get.
Toby, you have Jordan, Magic, Larry Legend, and Tim Duncan at the moment.
I could put Tim Duncan at the 5 and put Larry at the 4 and grab a 3, or I could get another big.
It's up to you.
Man, I wish I had Shaq. Okay, it's between these. Okay. Damn. Okay. This is an interesting choice.
Oh, geez.
I'm gonna go with Scottie Pippen.
Ah, you bastard.
All right. I like it.
Scottie and MJ back on the same team.
I like it. Do it all, small forward. All right. Well, I have back-to-back picks now, and I need a point guard because I got a lot of scores and a lot of I got a lot of scores, so I need someone who's going to facilitate. And with Magic off the board, I'm not really seeing a better true point guard than the point god himself, Chris Paul.
Wow.
3.
Wow.
CP3. I think that's the move. And if we're going 6 man, oh man, Allen Iverson. AI.
Damn.
Off the bench. First guy off the bench.
Damn. Damn. All right,
Tobe.
So I got my starting 5. I need a solid 6 man. It's between 2 players.
Whoever you don't pick, I am picking. So
I don't think you are. I'm going with Kyrie Irving. The handle goat himself.
Well said. No, he's just. Oh, jeez. All right. I like it.
All right. Well, let me show you how to make a real pick, Toby. For my 6th man, coming out the gates with Clyde Drexler.
Oh, all right.
That's a great pick.
All right. And you go again, Justin.
Oh yes, that's right.
You better not pick this fucking guy.
Oh, jeez.
Probably not, because I need a big man. So I am taking Patrick Ewing.
Pat Ewing, all right.
Another big, okay. Well, I'm glad you passed up on him. And I hope nobody took him, or I'm just being stupid. I'm going with Klay Thompson coming off the bench.
Ew.
Oh.
What do you mean, ew? That's the second greatest shooter of all time. That's the second best shooter of all time.
Well, it doesn't matter. Your starting lineup was goated.
I don't know why.
terrible picks.
How's that a terrible? How's this guy doesn't know anything about offense?
Doesn't know anything about offense. You know what's strange though? Because you mentioned best shooter ever. Steph Curry has never competed in an Olympics.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean he's competed in the FIBA World Cup, but he's never competed like in the actual Olympics. So I thought with him missing the playoffs this year, I thought maybe this year could have been his year, but who knows? Well, you just picked Clay, so I'm trying to think here. Like, what do I need? I feel like I need some more defense. So I'm gonna go Dwight Howard.
Okay.
That was my guy. Damn it, that was my pick.
And well, I got one more.
Oh my
god. I could go defense again. But I don't know. This is hard. This is really tough. So many good players.
I think you should go defense.
There's a player on here that's just really catching my eye, but I feel like he'll get back to me.
I don't think he will though, because I think I'm gonna pick him.
I'm gonna go Paul George.
Yeah.
Paul George.
Okay.
So Dwight and Paul George. All right, Tobe, you're up.
I need a big man, and there's two big men I'm looking at. But the one I think I'm going to take is Karl Malone.
All right.
I'm surprised he hasn't been chosen yet, actually.
I was just about to pick him, but it's not that big of a deal.
All right. All right. I like it.
Well, that kind of stinks. Actually, it stinks more than I thought it would. I'm going to take Penny Hardaway.
That's who I was considering.
And I am going to take Chris Mullin.
A shooter. Shooter's got to shoot.
All right. Well, this is tough. This is a tough choice. Damn, this is a tough choice.
Still one guy on the board. I can't believe nobody's taken.
Oh, I know who you're thinking of, but I mean, there's plenty of players on here that should have been taken. Who you think, Tobe?
Well, has Dwayne Wade been chosen? Has Dwayne Wade been chosen?
No.
Well, that's the guy I was thinking of, Toby.
Well, that's the guy that I'm choosing. Dwayne Wade coming off the bench. Let's go.
D-Wade, steal the draft right now. All right. I don't know how many more picks we all have. Not that many, though.
I just have one. Oh, well, if we're doing a 12-man roster, then I got a little bit more, but.
Yeah, 12.
I think I got 3 because I think I'm at 9 right now.
All right. Well, I have 2 right now, and I feel like I need a floor spacer. So I'm going to go one of the best shooters of all time, Ray Allen.
Oh, my God, he's on here?
Yes, sir. Ray Allen. And I feel like I don't know. This is tough. I'm going to go Grant Hill. Because I just want another wing.
Okay.
All wing. So Ray Allen and Grant Hill.
Well, I think I need a little size because right now I got Tim Duncan at the 5 and off the bench, I think my biggest player is Karl Malone.
Oh, yeah, I'm working you in the paint all day, Toby.
So, therefore, there's one choice I got to make, and it's a great choice. And I hope you guys don't clown me for it. But I got to choose Alonzo Mourning.
That's a great choice. That's a great pick.
Alonzo. All
Yeah,
right.
just a big body, just, defend down there in the paint.
Well, I guess I'll just round out like my second 5-man lineup, and I'll pick Kevin Love.
K-Love. You were just disrespecting that man.
Yeah, I was, but I need a 4, and he's the best. And I will take Russell Westbrook.
Ooh, the UCLA brothers.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, so, I wanted Grant Hill. I really wanted him. Coming off the bench, I think I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna just do it. I'm taking. I don't know. Yeah, I'm taking Jason Kidd. I have to.
Yeah, I figured you would.
That's going all Nets. All right. I think these are my last 2 picks. Yeah. So I got 2 more players. And one of them I know is gonna be Gary Payton, GP, the glove. Cause I don't know, I just love Gary Payton. And my last pick. Wow. I'm gonna go Reggie Miller.
Gross.
Reggie.
Wow, I thought he already got picked.
I don't think he did. No.
I was gonna pick him, but I hate that guy, so I didn't.
All right, I think I get one more pick. As my last pick, I'm gonna have to go with.
Yeah, you have one more. And I'm looking at a guy that you should pick, considering you've taken all the other.
I'm gonna go with Chris Bosh.
Oh wow! All right.
Chris Bosh.
Who were you thinking he was going to take, Jorie?
Well, I'll let you go, and then I'll say.
I know who he thought I was gonna pick.
Well, I know who I'm picking. The greatest shooter in Knicks history, Allen Houston.
Wow. I thought you were going to take D. Will.
I should have, but I already got a couple guards. So.
All right. Well, that's our teams, and I'll read them back so we know. So, Justin, I don't know who your starting 5 would be. I guess it would be LeBron.
Yep, there you go.
Maybe VC at the 2. Melo, David Robinson, and Shaq, I guess, would be your starting lineup. And then off the bench, you would have Clyde, Patrick Ewing, Penny Hardaway, Chris Mullin, Kevin Love, Russell Westbrook, and Allen Houston.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good squad.
Toby, you have Magic and MJ, probably the best backcourt you could possibly have. Larry Legend.
Yes, sir.
Scotty and Tim Duncan. And then off the bench, Kyrie, Clay, Karl Malone, Dwayne Wade, Alonzo Mourning, Jason Kidd, and Chris Bosh.
That's a great bench unit. That's a great bench unit.
Terrible bench.
What are you talking about?
And your first 2 picks for Kyrie and Clay.
Whatever, you're a hater.
I respect it. And then for myself, I got CP3, Kobe, Kevin Durant, Charles Barkley, and Kevin Garnett. And then off the bench, I got AI, Dwight, Paul George, Ray Allen, Grant Hill, Gary Payton, and Reggie Miller.
You know, Jorie might have the best bench unit.
I think, I was about to say.
Because AI, man, he stands out above the rest.
And
I feel like.
I hate to say it, but Toby might have the best starting lineup. That trio of Magic, MJ.
Yeah, you probably have the best starting lineup. I'll give it to you.
That's crazy.
Sure. And I got Dwayne Wade coming off the bench, dude. Like,
so what? I got Clyde Drexler coming off the bench.
And then Justin just has the most physically imposing roster and the high flyers.
Yes, sir.
Dak is getting locked up.
I like athletic teams. Athleticism over everything.
I like versatility. That's how I always build my teams. 2K, I'm always looking for guys that can play 1 through 5. Doesn't matter. But, well, let us know who has the best team.
I think I do, but
I think we all have the best team. But
I don't know. Toby, your bench unit is just horrendous.
It's not though. It's like what are you talking about?
I like his bench. His bench is solid.
If we're being honest, Kyrie and Clay should have been your last 2 picks. No, when I was not picking.
Kyrie was the best point guard there, and Clay's the second greatest shooter of all time.
Penny was still available. Penny is definitely better.
Kyrie's way better than Penny Hardaway. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you saying?
Wade as your what? I think 9th pick was solid. That was a great pick.
Yeah.
I actually thought somebody had taken him.
I was gonna take him, but I picked Clyde Drexler instead.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw a little bit of more, little throwback players in there.
Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. We'll see if Team USA can turn it around.
Obviously, they will. We'll get another goal this year.
Well, they still have some players that need to show up even. I'm pretty sure Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, and Devin Booker are all committed to Team USA, but they're obviously still playing in the finals. So maybe that'll help once they get those guys in there. But
definitely. Until
then, we'll see. But
wait, who were the players that we did not draft out of this list? Nobody took Mitch Richmond. Nobody took
D. Will, DeMar DeRozan, and DeMarcus Cousins are the 4 players.
Yeah. I saw on Instagram a couple days ago, a week ago. Where would prime DeMarcus Cousins rank in today's game among the top centers in the league? Including Anthony Davis playing center, including him at the center position.
He'd be
4.
I'm thinking 3 or 2.
No. 4.
I'll put him on the same level as Embiid, dude. He was that good.
He's not better than Embiid.
I don't know.
I think he's at the same level.
I think AD. He's just no.
I think Jokic is the best. I think he's right there under him. Like
okay. DeMarcus Cousins is better than Jokic is. He was better.
No, he's not.
I don't care that Jokic got the MVP. That guy's not the best big man in the league.
In what sense? What does DeMarcus Cousins do better than Jokic? Like literally,
he was the same exact thing as Jokic,
except he's not at all. Jokic is literally better in every category.
No.
They have some similarities. Like they're both pretty good passers.
Except Jokic is the best passing big ever, so you can't even try and compare.
All right, so we're putting them putting DeMarcus Cousins 3 or 4 on the list is what we're all agreeing on, right?
I'm saying he's tied right up there with Embiid.
He's better than Rudy. He's better than probably Bam. He's probably better than Cat. Probably better than Ayton.
No, he's way better than all those.
Yeah.
This is prime DeMarcus we're talking about. I don't want to like underestimate
better
how
than
good
Gobert. Did I say Gobert?
Yeah. No, that guy stinks. Gobert stinks. He stinks. Well, what are we saying prime Boogie is Kings Boogie or Pelicans Boogie? Well, how long was he even on the Pelicans? Like half a season?
Kings,
yeah.
Definitely the Kings.
But he would have been. He would have had his prime.
Wait, what, Toby?
I mean, he would have been still in his prime if he didn't get those like massive injuries.
Yeah, probably. How long did he even play in
like
for the
2
Pelicans?
seasons?
I don't even think he played a full season. I'm pretty sure he played like a little bit more than half.
I don't know why.
He got traded at the All-Star break, and then I think he got injured like the next year, right? Or maybe it was that year.
I don't know. I always just thought that guy DeMarcus, for some reason, it seems like that guy was on the Pelicans for like 5 seasons. I don't know why.
Because he played 17 games the year he was traded, and then played 48 the next year. But that was the year he got hurt.
Yeah, that's a damn shame that he got injured like that. He got injured, he came back, he got injured again, came back, and then was just trash.
Yeah, it's really sad. Yeah.
Well,
fan of sinners, man.
Yeah, well, it's probably why that Bozo didn't get picked.
Oh, jeez. Well, again, this was fun. We'll see what happens in Game 3 with the Bucks Suns NBA Finals. Next week, the series could probably. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if it might be over, depending on how short the series is by the time we talk next. But
hopefully it's 2-2.
Yeah, until then, we'll see ya.
Get well soon, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yeah.
Enjoy Shohei Ohtani winning the home run derby.
Not having.
From myself, Jorie Mickens, and my 2 co-hosts, Justin Sadovi and Chris Tobias, thank you so much for listening to that episode of the Full Court Report NBA show. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at FullCReport, on Instagram at the.fullcourt.report. Like and comment on this video and subscribe so you never miss a minute of action.